Hi, if you are already reading to your child every day, even if it's for only 10 minutes, and if you are wondering at some point, is this really making a difference? Is this really helping my child in any way? Then this video is for you. See, reading with a young child doesn't look the same every day. One day they'll happily sit through two stories. The next day they won't even stay with you for a page because they've suddenly remembered a toy or they suddenly wanted to do coloring. And then there are days when you are tired and reading just doesn't happen. See, these things are completely normal with young children and happen with almost every parent. But those 10 minutes are doing a lot more than helping your child get through another book. They are adding up in ways we don't always notice. So, if you need reassurance on how it's helping your child, then listen further. Take language, for example. Every time you read together, your child hears new words and new ways of putting thoughts into sentences. Slowly, they begin to understand more and ask better questions, and they find it easier to say what's on their mind. You won't notice this after a week, but you will notice it one day when your child says something suddenly. You stop for a second because you weren't expecting them to explain it so well. See, reading also teaches children to stay with something. They are listening to one story, following one idea, and waiting to find out what happens next. It may not seem like much, but that's how attention grows, little by little. Then there is imagination. When you read a story, your child is doing a lot more than just looking at pictures. They are wondering what that forest looks like, how the bear sounds, what that little girl is thinking. Their mind is filling in all these little gaps that helps with their understanding of the world. They also help children understand people. Maybe a character is nervous on the first day of school. Maybe someone makes a mistake. Maybe there are two friends who are fighting. See, as children, when they see these things in a book, they begin to understand the world around them. They will start to understand feelings a little better, not just their own, but other people's too. Next is something that's easy to miss, but the time you spend reading together becomes part of your family's memories. Your child may not remember every single book, they might not remember what story you read to them, but they will clearly remember you sitting next to them on bed. They will remember asking for same story week after week. They might remember the silly voice you always used for a particular character. And years later, that's what will stay with them. So, if you have ever wondered whether those 10 minutes are enough, don't underestimate them. They are not about raising a child who gets perfect marks. They are not about finishing one book after the another so you can tell your friends how many books your child read. They are about giving your child a little bit of language, a little confidence, and a little bit of your time every single day. And trust me, all those little bits add up. So don't worry about reading the perfect book or finishing every page. Just sit down together, read for a few minutes. If tomorrow goes differently, that's fine. You will try again the next day. And over time, these ordinary 10 minutes become one of the most valuable habits your family built together. I hope you're finding these videos useful and trying some of these ideas with your child. I will see you in the next one. Happy reading.